Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ace Attorney Investigations 2, a turnabout for the ages. Part 2. Now. It's gonna be a long one. This one is a long part. So strap in. But it'll all be fun. It's all fun. The game is fun. I am enjoying it. Oh, let's go. April 6th. Look at her behind the judge's station. It's so weird not to see the Santa Claus guy back there. Oh. Is the defense ready to proceed? You bet. Bring it on, Big G. The prosecution has been ready for some time. The original attorney in this case, Rosie Ringer, murdered. While the original prosecutor, Eustace Winter, has disappeared. The Fender and Francisca have taken over in their places. That feels redundant. Very well. Let me begin by apologizing for the delayed start to these proceedings. The crime we're here to adjudicate took place in a prison, an institution of the judiciary. What's more, the fact that the defendant was the warden of said prison carries grave implications. These two factors combined cause pre-trial preparations to take more time than usual. And then, the unfortunate passing of the attorney in charge, Miss Rosie Ringer, delayed the trial yet further. Now we are ready to begin at last. Mr. Fender, Miss Von Karma, the court thanks you both for stepping in at such short notice. Hey, no sweat. Rosie was your pal, right? This was her last case. Couldn't exactly say no, could I? You'll have to bear with me, though, gang. Didn't exactly get a ton of time to read the paperwork. How about you, Fran? Everything cool over on your side? It's hardly ideal for the prosecutor in charge of the case to run off and abandon it. But justice can't sit around waiting for him to grow a spine. I hope she hits him again just for this. The evidence has just been handed to me, so yes, I'm ready. Thank you both. I don't get to hack this out, do I? I can't play this. It has been so long since I've played this game. Very well. Bring the accused, Miss Fifi Lagarde, to the stand. Fifi. Oh, she got to keep her coat. Her. Oh, she's over it. I invite the prosecution to make its opening statement. All right, the accused was... Let me stop you right there, darling. What is it, Miss Lagarde? Oh, I was just wondering if you could tell me something. That's something being on why on earth I'm here. Perhaps the opening statements will clarify that for you. But will they, dear? Really? Fine, carry on if you must. I fully intend to, if you can stay quiet for one moment. The murder in question happened at the prison where Miss Lagarde worked as warden. Victim, one Bronco Knight, being held in the detention center. But the prosecution's case will show that Miss Lagarde took him from the holding cells and murdered him. And she did so with this knife. Huh? Something the matter, Miss Von Karma? How can I... No, the evidence! What gives, Fran? Everything okay? The murder weapon! It's not here! And neither is, God, I can't remember how to say this name. Bodhidharma's Canis' chisel. Well, say it ain't so. Silence! Miss Von Karma, explain yourself. I wish I could, Your Honor. No murder weapon. Then what exactly are we all doing? Really, darling, you shouldn't volunteer to prosecute a case if you can't even keep the evidence safe. I can only work with what the previous prosecutor gave me. Little boy winner strikes again. Hey, G. What is it, Mr. Fenn? Guess we know where this is going, huh? Let's kick this one down the road a little further, shall we?
Overruled.
The court hereby denies the defense's request. What? Don't be like that. What's the dealio? She's absolutely right, of course. We simply can't have any more delays. Let's get on and show everyone how wonderfully innocent I am, shall we?
Objection!
Innocent? I'll thank you to take this seriously. Oh, but I am, darling. You don't have any evidence. You said so yourself. In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Haven't I heard that somewhere before? And without any, you can't charge me with anything. Isn't that right, Verity? It is. What? So after all of that you just did, literally just yesterday, you're still being this way. Whatever. No, she's not like her. Without the items in question, the prosecution's case against the defendant cannot proceed. As such, the court hereby declares the innocent, Fifi Lagarde, not guilty. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold the phone there, hasty pants. You can't go dropping a verdict just like that. Forgive me, but why is the defense objecting to its client being acquitted? Don't be cute, kiddo. You know as well as I do that little Miss Warden over there is guilty as all heck. And as for the murder weapon, you were right there when we found it. Yeah, why is she the judge? She cannot be partial on this one. Mr. Fender, it is incumbent upon this court to see that fair judgment is afforded to all. And as the instrument of the court, I cannot allow any experiences or opinions to interfere with my work. Then you shouldn't be the judge. You must think of the Judge Gavale who was present when the murder weapon was found. And the Judge Gavale you see before you in the courtroom as two entirely different people. I'm starting to think you got two entirely different people up in that little brain of yours. She's crazy. Gee, you're killing me here. I have no choice but to pass judgment based on the evidence.
Objection!
And we have that evidence, just not here. Give me some time, just a little. I'll find it, I swear to you. Prosecution hereby requests a recess. Oh, yeah, the defense does that too. Come on, Your Honor. Don't do us like this. Don't do us like this. All right. Very well. The court accepts the request. Really, Verity? You won't help anybody bowing to pressure like that, you know. There will be a 15-minute recess. I suggest that both the prosecution and the defense use the time well. Understood. Ooh, saved by the bell, huh? Very well, we will reconvene in 15 minutes. She's crazy. Like, listen, I feel like if she is truly able to separate herself from what happened in life, what happened there at the prison, like separate your life from your work in a way that you can be impartial, then kudos to you. However, when it comes to shit like this, I feel like because she was present for all of that, she should not be the judge. And honestly, neither should those two be the defense and prosecution. Especially, well, I don't remember, was Francisca there? She wasn't there, she's fine, but Fender was there the whole time. And like, I don't know. I'm just soundboarding. But we did totally find that knife, didn't we, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, of course we did. Yeah, it was in the alligator. Huh? What's the matter, Detective? It's the metal detector, sir. It's, reacting to the alligator. What? How? Metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel? Did we just figure out that isn't the murder weapon? You might recall that Mr. Kane has hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right. The murder weapon is inside the alligator in that pond over there. Did somebody steal it or what? Mr. Edgeworth! Miss Barry, Mr. Saint, are you here to watch the trial? Yeah, we heard it was going to be a real fun show. You know where we need to go? It's the trial for the case I was nearly convicted for. It should be starting any minute now. We were late because of practice, but it's somewhere around here, right? Simeon, there's kind of a problem. They lost some evidence, the knife and the chisel. They called a recess and kicked us all out of the courtroom. What? But no, they can't. They're not going to arrest you again, are they? Don't say that. No. Gee, I forgot how easy it was to upset you. Huh? How dare he embarrass me like that? Oh, she's whipping somebody. Speaking of easy to upset. Francina, Franderella. Chill, okay? Just chill. Do not tell me. Chill. Come on, put the whip away. That's it. That idiot of a so-called prosecutor. I'll find him and I'll make him eat whip for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Eat? You better. Milester, you gotta calm her down. Kid's gone cuckoo. Guess I'd better at least try. Oh, it's you. Good morning, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. Franziska. You shouldn't be here, you know. You're not in the right line of work anymore. You should be at home planning whatever it is you need to do with the rest of your life. Oh, damn it, I hit the wrong button. This is why I don't trust controllers, because the buttons are different. What are you going to do, Franziska? You only have 15 minutes. Don't you think I know that? Wipe that infuriatingly reasonable look off your face. You look like a news anchor calmly reading the news or something. And it's utterly exasperating. Probably better that I don't rise to that. I never imagined you would be the one prosecuting this case, Franziska. Nor did I. What a case. The murder of a presidential bodyguard. And by the warden of a prison, no less. The murder weapon was properly entered into the evidence and everything. And yet you went to present the knife to the court. It wasn't there. That imbecile. Not only did he abandon his case, he made me look like a total fool. What the hell was that for? Next time I see that little coward, I'll whip him into shape if it's the last thing I do. You go ahead and do that, but quit taking it out on the people around him. This is President of Jingfa? It is. Yuzhen Wang himself. His body was discovered just a short while ago. There must be some mistake. There isn't. I saw it with my own eyes. It's true. And are you suggesting that his death has something to do with my current case? No, not exactly. We're just hoping to speak with Judge Gavale. Miles Edgeworth, are you deliberately trying to distract me with irrelevant evidence? Yeah. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have shown that to you. What? So you're saying you're going to start hiding things from me from now? I can't say anything right. K-Meister, so you got the old memory back, huh? I sure did. I'm me again. Get me word, 6 ways till Sunday. 6 ways till Sunday. What the hell? Thought that other K wasn't a blast, too. Anyway, welcome back, kiddo. Bring it in. No. You need to be thinking about this trial right now, okay? Yeah, things did go pretty pear-shaped in there, huh? So it's bottom-heavy? What does that mean in this context? What? We need to dig up this missing evidence lickety-split. We can't count on them putting the trial on hold much longer. Yeah, it's a stumper, alright. Only some kind soul would offer to go find it for us. That's an unexpected look if I ever saw one. Can't help but notice you still haven't asked for your prosecutor's back, bucko. Finally decided to come walk the path of righteousness with me and your old man, huh? The committee has my badge, that much is true, but I haven't given it up just yet. I'm still not ready to walk in my father's footsteps. No, as long as there's a deadline. Death is a deadline, but you do you for as long as you need. You do you, boo-boo. The old family office will be waiting to welcome you with open arms when you're done. Open arms. We're gonna kill you again. Thank you, Fender. Yeah, if only somebody would go sniff that, if only somebody would sniff out that evidence for us. Fine, we'll do it. Way to go, Malzio. You're sure? I'll do what I can, but that might not be much in 15 minutes. Brand and me will buy you as much time as we can, okay? G won't be banging that hammer of hers until you've made it back with the gods, I promise. For the goods. Thank you. Thank you, I'll be counting on you, Fender. And you, Franziska, how does that sound? What makes you think I'd accept your help? How about some advice instead? That you seriously consider a new career in a news anchor? Come on, Fran. Clock's a-ticking here. Time to step up to the plate. Alright, fine. We will stall the trial for as long as we can. But you better get your ex-prosecutor behind in gear. You know, I quite like having you run errands for me. Maybe that could be your new career instead. I'm glad you're on board. I can help too. I don't want to be arrested again. Ooh, this sounds fun. Can I play? Alright, that would be very helpful for you both. Very well. Where shall we begin? I think we need to go speak to a certain somebody, don't you? Who we need to speak to in order to find out where the evidence. This little shit.
Take that!
That's right, the supposed custodian of the evidence in question. Eustace Winner. Oh, the new prosecutor guy? Okay, we're on it. Thank you, Mr. Saint. Alrighty then, I think we better huddle and talk tactics, huh, friend? Just the two of us. Ow! Don't keep me waiting, Miles Edgeworth. I'll try not to. Be back as soon as we can. Let's get out of here before she fucks us up. Oh, Franny Poo, wait up now. Sir, if you relish your testicles, you might want to stop. Alright, we need to find Mr. Winner and fast. God, this bitch. Ugh. Whoa! Judge Gavale. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. A pleasure as always. A pleasure? How was it a pleasure? And what was all that about just now? Okay, stop it. But Judge Gavale knows that horrible woman is the killer. Why the heck would she... Nothing to say. Evidence is the only language that the goddess of justice understands. My own personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it. Is this all Judge Verity Gavale is? You may believe my way of thinking to be heartless, but it is my way. To be this hard and unforgiving? There's something I'd like to ask you if you don't mind. Please, ahead. What were you doing on the roof of the big building 2 nights ago? The roof? You met the president up there, didn't you? We've seen security footage of the two of you. And is there something wrong with that? Only that his body was discovered this morning, right next to the very same building. What? I think you understand what I'm getting at. You're considered a suspect. What happened between the two of you? Nothing. We simply talked for a few. And when we were done, I left. I took the elevator back downstairs alone. That much we know to be true. As I said, we've seen the footage. What business did you have with the leader of a foreign power? I'm not at liberty to say. I see. Well, I'm not at liberty to leave until I have the answers. In which case, there's only one thing for it. She's hiding something, and I have to get it out of her. We gotta figure it out. Figure it out. Judge Gavale met with the president of Zhengfa the night before last. I'm tired of this bitch. I'm like tired of her. I can't wait for this to be. Yes, I admit it. We met on the roof of the big building. But it was simply to discuss professional matters. Matters that I am not obliged to discuss with you. Okay, bitch, you're gonna go down for murder if you don't. That's the way you want to play it. I can't really. I'm clearly gonna have to work hard to get past her professional defenses. If she puts up too much impenetrable facade, I'll probably be better off biding my time. I should start by asking what she met the president to talk about. Mind chess? I wish I still would have called it logic chess. But whatever. Perhaps you could begin by telling us what you met with President Wang to discuss. As I told you, professional matters. She probably wouldn't be that blunt yet. As I told you, professional matters. Professional matters which I do not intend to share with you. I'm so glad you understand. I must say, you're a very busy woman. As judge, a committee member, an occasional aide to us in the field, even. Thank you. I take my professional duties very seriously. And do these duties include meeting with foreign dignitaries? Yes, of course. From time to time. The law is my life. Nothing I do falls outside the scope of my duties. we broke a night already. All right. You returned Kay's promise notebook to us just this morning. Surely you can't claim that fell within the scope of your duties. Oh, we broke it. I am not yet a perfect servant of the law. That much is true. No, you are a human being. That was an act of simple human kindness. You have feelings, Judge Gravel, and you're allowed to have them. Feel your feelings. About the president's death, too. It's so hard to believe it. If I might ask, how did he die? He was crushed to death by the head of a monster. A monster known as Torosaurus. Forgive me, I should probably explain. Is that true? He died on the set of the movie? He did. Interesting that you should even know what Torosaurus is. Oh, I imagine I must have heard about it from Eustace. Something about them shooting a movie somewhere near the big building. At least she's really very upset about something. She mentioned Mr. Winner seems to have disappeared along with some vital evidence. Perhaps she won't tell us what she discussed with the president. To find out what else she might be hiding. Clearly getting under her skin. I need to dig further. Francisca stepped in to take Mr. Winter's place in the trial. But how was she supposed to prosecute the case if she never handed over all the evidence? My interest is solely in ensuring that a trial proceeds fairly once it has begun. And if once it has, vital evidence cannot be presented, it should surprise no one if the accused goes free. I am a judge, a servant of the law. My personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it. So you have no personal feelings when it comes to Mr. Winter's disappearance? Of course I do. I worry about him terribly, too. Wait, two? Does that mean there's somebody else you're worried about as well? Ooh, a direct hit. I imagine their identity might explain your strangely agitated state. I don't know what you're talking about. I am a servant of the law. My feelings are immaterial. We're all servants of the law. All of us who stand in the courtroom. But we're not superhuman. You, me, everybody else. We're just people underneath it all. As much as we'd like to bury our feelings and remain impartial, that simply isn't possible. You're right, of course. I am in no fit state to offer impartial judgment. Please, Judge Gavale, just tell us the truth. What's going on? Oh, what do I do? What do I do? That's a new... I've never seen her lose her composure like this. She asked me who this person is she's so worried about. Her professional mask is finally beginning to slip. Perhaps now I can get to the human being underneath. The person you're so worried about, is it Mr. Winter? He has not been seen since he discovered the truth about his father. Of course I am worried about him, but this could also be a valuable test for him. He chose to disappear. You can choose to reappear. The other person you're worried about can't? That's not something I'm at liberty to talk about. I don't know what might happen to that poor child if I did. That poor child? Who are you talking about? Nobody. Please. It was nothing. Ignore it. Judging by the look on her face, I'm definitely sure. person you're so worried about, is it Torosaurus? You really don't have time for jokes, Mr. Edgewood. Not a joke. When I told you how the president was killed, you seemed surprised when I mentioned that he was crushed by Torosaurus. That was simply shock at learning how he died. And where? A half-built film set on an empty lot. It sounds as if something about where he died is particularly troubling. No, that's not true at all. It's just film sets are places where dreams are made, and instead, the great man met his end. I only hope that the utmost care is taken when the news is shared with the cast and crew. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that the cast and crew already know. We met two of them at the scene, a crew member and a young actor, Sean Fenn. No! No! Why? Why did this have to happen? Thinking about the Torosaurus connection really seems to be upsetting her. It might prove to be valuable. Judge Gavale, who are you so worried about? And where are they? My apologies, but I simply cannot tell you that. So this poor child is missing, and you're desperate to find them? Since you say child, I suppose we're right in assuming that this person is a minor? I can't answer, and I won't. It has no bearing whatsoever on the murder of the president. Still. You seem to get very sensitive every time I mention Torosaurus. The poor child you mentioned has something to do with the movie, don't they? I'm not screaming. How? How did you... You're usually so cool and collected. Your discomfort told me everything I needed to know. Who is this poor child? You have to tell us. Very well. I figured out so much already. I might as well tell you the truth. The person I am so worried about, the person I am so desperate to find, is Sean Fenn. Sean? But why? That is more than I can allow you to know. Judge Gavale, you said you would tell us the truth. And if I don't give it up voluntarily, you will have to force it from me. I'm afraid you're going to have to just I'm afraid you're just going to have to accept that. Need to get her to tell me why she's so desperate to find Sean. Are you a fan of Sean's, perhaps? I am. Yes, I am. I am an ardent admirer of the work of Sean Fenn, child actor extraordinaire. I heard that he was filming near the big building. So I made it my business to learn where the set was and some other important details. I see. I suppose that makes sense. As a fan, you'd want to know such things. I imagine you have also tried to learn when he was supposed to be on set. Yes, of course. He said he would be filming there all day today. You made it sound like you heard that from Sean himself. I don't think he'd be sharing his schedule with a mere No, I misspoke. Ignore me. Every slip of the tongue she makes seems to be... Every sip of the tongue she makes seems to be to do with Sean. I would have put it that differently. And now we know she's spoken with him. That's an important clue. personally? He is famous. I doubt there are many people who do not know him. I certainly didn't until today. Then you clearly need to be better informed. Perhaps I could teach you a few. There's almost nothing I don't know about him. Forgive me. I allowed myself to get a little carried away. That seems to happen quite a bit when the subject of Sean comes up. Look, I do not know him personally. I simply know a lot about him. Time to employ my clue. I can understand you're being worried about Sean, but you seem to be a little too worried. And you implied before that you had spoken to him. Which surely means that you must, which must surely mean that you know him personally. How did I give it away so much? So the two of you are acquainted. This is surely not. We're trying to find Sean, too. Do you have any idea where he might be? Why would I have any idea about that? The two of us aren't connected in any way at all. I don't know what exactly the connection is between you and Sean, but I know for certain that it exists. He was good as told us that it does. Please, Judge Cavell. You have to help us try and find him. Help you? That would never be allowed. By whom? The goddess of justice? And the one person who knows where he is. At last, the puzzle pieces are finally starting to fall into place. I know why you're so reluctant to tell us anything about your relationship with Sean. Admit it, he's been kidnapped, hasn't he? Oh, shit. Hey, Judge Cavell, I need you to tell me the truth. All of it. Very well. This time, I will tell you everything. Your intuition was correct. Sean has been kidnapped. Knew it. But why does that have anything to do with you? Sean is... He's my son. What? Well, we may not have found out what she and President Wang were talking about. Found out something just as important. Sean has been abducted. Not exactly the endgame I was expecting, but that's checkmate nonetheless. Her son? They are 13 years apart. Madam. I remember... I have played this before. And I remember there being more to it. I can't recall what. You're Sean's mom, Judge Cavell? No way! Come on, you're too young. It's true. I am Sean's mother. Look. Magazine clipping? An article about Sean. Always carry this with you? Yes, everywhere I go. I guess you could call it a kind of talisman. That certainly speaks to the bond between them. And you're sure he's been kidnapped? Unfortunately, yes. I received a phone call from the kidnapper just before the trial began. Oh, that's why she wanted to rush it. Got it. Did they make any demands? Only one. That Fifi Lagarde be found not guilty. Well, that certainly saw in there. And without any, you can't charge me with anything. Isn't that right, Verity, darling? It is. Without the items in question, the prosecution's case against the defendant cannot proceed. As such, this court hereby declares the accused, Fifi Lagarde, not guilty. And that's why you came so close to declaring her innocent. I have failed in my duty to the law. I am a judge. If I cannot arbitrate with impartiality, I make a mockery of justice. Yet, I tried to force a ruling based on nothing but my own self-interest. Judge Gavale, the goddess must be furious with me. But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't sacrifice my son to the altar of justice. I couldn't remain impartial when it mattered most. Because you're human. Of course you couldn't. Are you crazy? Hey. No parent could just give up on their child like that. If it makes the goddess of justice mad, then I'm sorry, but she's wrong. If she really thinks that way, then she's the guilty one. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. Declaring the goddess guilty. That's old. Kay is right. As I told you, we all serve the law. We are also only human. And none of us could, or should, be expected to sacrifice a child for the sake of a verdict. Thank you, both of you. But the trial must continue. There is no escaping that. This bitch is a robot. Your Honor, there you are. It seems it is time. Judge Gavale. My dad was a prosecutor. Was? Yeah, he used to work in a courtroom just like you do. And I was thinking about what he would have done if he was in your position right now. If a prosecutor were forced to insist that a suspect was guilty, that would... I know what he would have done. Anything, that's what. He would have done anything to get me back. Would? So what I'm trying to say is, you can trust us. What do you mean? To get him back, to snatch him from the jaws of danger. I'm the second Itagarasu, and if you agree to trust me, I promise I'll get him back for you. Thief who steals only the truth. Perhaps one or two other things. Well, Judge Gavale, what do you say? Will you trust the great thief to steal back that which matters most to you? Mr. Edgeworth, I'd like to help too, if that's alright with you. Thank you. I know I'm in no position to ask this of you, but please, see that he comes home safely. Oh, we will. Don't worry, you can count on us. Here, take my cell phone. The kidnapper may call again. You'll get it back along with your son, I promise. I will do everything I can to draw up the trial. But I don't imagine I can give you more than about 2 hours at best. 2 hours? That gives us until 2 p.m. Please, I'm counting on you. Here, I thought the great thief was on sabbatical. Also, I take back everything I said about her during that trial. I still don't think I like her, but, like, I do not blame the situation in the slightest. Well, hold on to your hat, because she's back in business. Alright, let's do this. My first commission. I can't afford to mess it up. that case, we better start looking right away. Where to begin? Where indeed? The fuck? Yeah, where the heck did he go? Maybe he just went home? You're right. They won't be doing any filming today after all. Sure, or maybe he went on the land. Perhaps we should see if Sean left any clues behind at the big thing. Excuse me. Hey, what are you doing giving orders? This is a great thief operation. I'm in charge now. Is that so? Then what am I? You're my assistant. First assistant to the great thief Yatagarasu. Talk about an honor. I've been relegated to thief's assistant. Alright, let's go to work. Team Yatagarasu, move out. Honestly, they probably should have done it too or something. I don't know. Alright, here we are. Ready? On 3. Just follow my lead. You'll be fine, okay? What exactly are you talking about? Even in the depths of the night? Hey, your turn. Keep up, will you? Why are you making me do this? Because the great thief Yatagarasu just arrived at the scene of the crime, dummy. How is anybody supposed to know that if we don't announce her appearance? You may be a thief, but I most certainly am not. Yeah, fine, I'll do it on my own. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine, the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yatagarasu, to protect the world from devastation. That is what that is giving. Girl, you're Team Rocket. I'm very much aware of who you are, thank you. Now, shall we get on with this investigation? Ugh, you're no fun at all. We don't have time for fun. We have less than 2 hours, in fact. We'd better get started. Alright, well, we have the photo. Let's just show it to a few people, see if it jogs their memories. Oh, hey there, pal. Quite a long face, huh? Ever think you ought to maybe lighten up a little? Did you take on any passengers here this morning? Does a witch wear a pointy hat? You bet I did. Just the one fare, mind you. And who was the passenger? There's 2 guys, had on these black suits, real sharp looking. Did they have a boy with them? This boy? Nah, like I said, it was just the 2 of them. Alright, never mind. Thank you for your help. Might be onto something there. I doubt he's the only cabbie there. This is supposed to be LA. I doubt he's the only cabbie that's been in this area. Sean! You in there? No sign of him here either. Kind of about that basket on the back of the truck there looks suspicious. He's not wrong, it does. Huh? What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while. No way, you can tell just from that? And if it's been parked here a while, I guess the driver might not be nearby either. We don't really have time to stand around waiting until we get back. Oh, remember him? Well, I guess you wouldn't if you're watching me. from one of the original games. Oh, hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Long time no see. That is a hairy chest. Wait, This is Will Powers. He's an action star I met on an old case. He's also the man behind the mask of the one and only Steel Samurai. Long time no see indeed. Nice to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, Great Thief. Mr. Edgeworth has been working as my assistant. Good to meet you, but thief? Mr. Edgeworth has been assisting a thief? Let's not worry about that for now. We'd like to ask you about what happened this morning, if that's alright. Sure. I don't know if I can be of much help to you, but sure. Oh yeah. Well, no, it's not a Steel Samurai movie. So he'll be one of Sean's work colleagues. Guess we better just dive right in. I heard you were investigating this one, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I guess. Not the prosecutor in charge, of course. If you're Kay here's assistant, I guess this is her case? No, that's simply... I can see you're an intelligent man. Oh, you're right, of course. I'm in charge of this one. Don't encourage her. Alright, I need you to give me straight answers. First of all, this case. Have you noticed anything weird? I mean, perhaps you could give me your impressions? That's supposed to sound like me? My impressions? I guess my main concern is, no offense to the victim and all, but is it all over for the production? Are we done? I can't help but worry. I think it's probably safe to assume that you are, at least for now. Right. Ugh, I knew it. What a bummer. We don't have the location for much longer, either. Because you were due to finish shooting soon? No, because they're due to start building. That lot won't be empty for long. They were letting us use it while they got ready to make a start. I guess the plan was to shoot the rest on a lot back at Global Studios. I've been so worried about everything. What with people spreading all these rumors, too. Rumors? Yeah, this journalist keeps coming around. Y'all been hiding real monsters on that set of yours. Y'all can't do that. I'm gonna expose y'all. She's always saying stuff like that. I think I know exactly who this journalist might be. Yeah, the photographer, right? I thought you maybe knew her. You're not, are you? Hiding real monsters, I mean? Are you kidding? If we had real monsters to call on, I'd be out of a job. There. Just from what I remember, this man is massive. Not that I really want to prolong this any longer, but I would like to know how tall this man is. No, it says he's 6 foot. That's not like massive. So you've all been working hard on the movie? Yeah, it's the first time I've been on a reboot of an old series. This one's been a real challenge for me and everybody else over at Global Studios. Well, they put this kind of energy into making a new Steel Samurai show or something. Banning. What role are you playing in this one? Me? I'm Torosaurus himself. No way! So you're the star. Well, not quite. I'm in a costume, see? My face won't ever appear on screen. But taste of you. Really? Still, that's pretty amazing. I wish I could wear a costume like that. Hey, do you think I could try it on sometime? I'd settle for just climbing inside one of the horns. I'd love to say yes, but that's not how it works. You can't really climb inside that part. Oh, I get it, because I'm an outsider, right? Not the issue at all here, Kay. Just so stupid. Can I ask you a couple of questions about Sean? Sean? Oh, sure. Kenny told me what happened. He just disappeared, right? Yeah, sounds like him. Does he do that a lot?
Yeah, kinda. If we take 5 mid-shoot, you look around sometimes and he's just gone. I mean, fair.
Do you have any idea where he might have headed off to?
Sorry, no.
I did see him leaving the set, though. Huh? You did? Where was he headed? He got on the site bus. But I was checking some equipment over, and by the time I looked back up, he was gone. The site bus? I wonder if he left any clues behind. Do you mind if we take a look inside the bus, Mr. Powers?
Sure. You'll have to excuse the mess, though.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Yeah, he's only 25. I remember the first game and I was just like, yeah, he's ugly.
Talk to me. I like that.
There's an array of filming equipment here.
Are you getting ready to shoot something?
No, nothing scheduled for today at this location. It's just a case has gone missing.
A case?
Yeah. All that stuff there is normally stored inside a large case, but I look away for 5 minutes and it's wandered off somewhere.
Sounds like there's a thief around here.
What exactly was taken?
Just the case, as far as I can tell. Oh, it's green.
You all lost a bright-ass green case.
Sure. Why only take that? I would have been more interested in what was inside myself. There. I guess whoever took it must have needed the case more than its contents. Did they need to put something in it?
God.
Where would Sean have been sitting? Sean? Oh, that's his seat with the backpack on it. There's something poking out of it. A videotape? Huh? We use these when we're shooting. Why would Sean have one? Is there something he wanted to record? This could be a clue. Do you have a way for us to check what's on the tape?
Sure, there's a couple of monitors set up right over there.
Alright, hitting play. I see now. But Sean, is he rehearsing his lines? Sean was there on his own, running his lines. There's clearly a visible footprint right there, which means this must be from last night. Yeah, he does this sometimes. When he's not happy with a scene, he borrows the equipment and goes over it on his own time. Wow, he's really dedicated, huh? Sure is. He may be young, but he takes his craft seriously. You gotta admire it. Yeah, for real.
Well, that part of it at least. Using the kit without asking part, not so much.
God, he's like 30.
They take shit. I do not as big a teenager, I'm gonna be honest.
And he would have been able to use the equipment on his own?
Sure, if all he wanted to do was shoot something pretty basic.
Huh? What is it, Kay? Where did Sean go? He ran off somewhere.
And just left the camera running?
It stopped. I guess he ran out of tape. That's all that's on there? Sean's rehearsal?
Okay, so I clearly missed something. Oh, I still gotta talk to the police.
Have you seen a little boy?
A very good day to you, Prosecutor Edgeworth, sir. Huh? I'm not a prosecutor anymore, but he doesn't need to know that, I guess. Good day to you too, officer. Can I ask why you've been posted here? Me? Oh, I'm just keeping an eye on things. Excellent. Then perhaps you can tell me if any vehicles have come in or out of here this morning? None except the taxi and that blue truck over there, sir. Only 2 vehicles have come in or out. That could be useful to know. It's like noon. What the hell? Isn't it like noon? Yeah, it's 12:33. I can read an analog clock, I promise. It's 1/2 midday already. You think Judge Cavale and the others are doing okay? I'm not sure. How long is it realistically possible to drag out proceedings, I wonder? We have to find Sean. Indeed we do. Ah, heck. Not like that, dang it. Oh god, it's both of them. I'm tired of doing this accent. How you think we're gonna get a scoop? How you think we're gonna get us a scoop like that? Sorry, Chief, my bad. How many times I gotta say it? We're scoop fiends, wild critters that survive on scoops and scoops alone. And every second we ain't scooping, we're starving. It's scoop or die out here. Oh my gosh, this is saying scoop. Yes, Chief. Well, look who it is. Although I can't help but wish it wasn't. When did those 2 get here? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, we should go talk to them. Should we? Fine. I felt that in my soul. God, I don't want to talk to these 2. Miss Lloyd calls you Chief, doesn't she? Sure does. That's exactly what I am. She's my #1 cub reporter. Seems my unique brand of shutterbugging caught her eye, so she came to me to learn the trade. Kinda good. I feel like I'm hunting Boo Boo. Ugh. She may be a scribbler, not a snapper, but the both of us are hungry for scoop soup 24/7. I'm over her. And besides, who doesn't want to be called Chief, right? Miss Hart's pictures were what drew Miss Lloyd to her. Miss Hart's pictures were what drew Miss Lloyd to her? I suppose it's no surprise that this particular chief attracted quite an apprentice with such unique tastes. Sure, she didn't score no big stories just yet, but she's hungry, boy, is she? Hungrier than me, even. She wants a Taurosaurus exclusive. What is she saying to me? She wants a Taurosaurus exclusive batter and a coyote wants a chicken. She's been turning this place upside down all day looking for leads. She has. Maybe she knows something about the kidnapping. I think we should ask her, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Agreed. We need all the help we can get to find Sean. I can think of one piece of evidence that might encourage her to tell us what we need to know. But now that the story of the underground auction is in the bag, what's next? Come on, as if you even need to ask. Taurosaurus, that's what? Fate done dropped him right in my dang lap. Sneaking upstairs to cover the auction. And then he shows up right on the doorstep and stomps big old footprints everywhere for good measure. Do you have a particular news outlet in mind for this big scoop? leaves a bear to its business in the woods? I got me 2 or 3 in mind. They'll be all over this like a rash. Heck, there's even one right here in the big building. Happy me. We're in and out of there all the time. I mean, mostly on account of how fond they seem to be throwing us out on our ears, but still. Sounds like they're both out more than in. Well, if it ain't my good friend Ruffles. Good to see y'all again. Why are they both country bumpkins? And you, Miss Lloyd. But how come you're here, if you don't mind me asking? Miss Lloyd, the accusation of murder made against you is of course entirely groundless. But the fact remains that you were a willing participant in the stage assassin attempt. The police will no doubt wish to speak to you about the matter. You should be aware that you may well be punished for your actions. Well, they kinda dropped the whole case out of nowhere. Packed me up and shipped me home without so much as a slap on the wrist. Guess it was their way of saying, you keep up the good work now. They did seem kinda keen to get me to never ever mention the whole thing ever again, though. Yes, because you weren't part of the official story of the attempt of the president's life. They can't afford to have you getting in the way of that. But Mr. Edgeworth, telling Tabby not to talk is like trying to stop a dam from bursting with a piece of tape. Not exactly the most delicate way of putting it. Wrote up the whole thing, of course, every last detail, plus a few of my own. Handed it into the paper, hope it's all high and all, but nothing, not a peep. Was somebody putting pressure on them? Or were the details you added a little too gratuitous, perhaps? Both seem equally plausible, unfortunately. Oh my god, I haven't even... What are you doing here? What are you doing here at the big building? What, at the big building? Are you reporting on something? Hey, maybe I didn't make this clear enough the first time we met. But you want a reporter to scratch her back, you gotta scratch hers first, if you catch my meaning. Oh, she wants this dick. Got it. You mean you want me to give you something you can use for an article? Bingo! And it better be good. Because if it ain't, this conversation's over. God, these two are so... We need to know what might have happened to Sean. Perhaps I could show her a piece of evidence and see if she has anything to give me in return. Miss Lloyd, this picture. Say no more, Ruffles. I already know what you're gonna ask. Huh? You do? You're looking for him, right? The kid? What? You just can't get out from under the drama, huh? Wherever he goes, the bodies follow. Miles Edgeworth, trouble magnet. Pretty much sums you up, right? Is my reputation really so sordid? And now you done got yourself wrapped up in a kidnapping too? Crazy. Yes. Huh? How do you know about that? Shh, pipe down, will you? Can't be talking about this stuff too loud. I ain't even told the chief about it. Gotta keep it on the down low, okay? That ain't a cat that ain't a cat I want out of the bag just yet. Seriously, how do you know about it? Surely Judge Gavale hasn't told anybody except us. I bet you just love to know, wouldn't you? Well, you can't. It's a secret. She's as stubborn as ever. Hey, quit staring at me like that. I ain't sharing nothing with that thundercloud of a face.
So you know something, right? Sure do. Truth is, I done saw it. Little kid being bundled off by two shady characters in black suits. Okay. A child was abducted, and you're worried about your... Like, this is... What? Do you know where they went? Nope, don't got a clue. He was kind of far away when I spotted him. Lost sight pretty quick. Dang it. Still, at least we know something about our kidnappers now. Yes. Quite honestly, if this kid dies, she should be presented as an accomplice because this is ridiculous. You gotta give me something for my scoop to let you know that this little kid is in danger and could die. Ooh, I'm getting heated. This might be the only stream I do today. So we've learned a little something about the kidnappers. Miss Lloyd saw two men taking Sean away. The taxi driver remembers giving two similar-looking men a ride. They must be the same people, right? I'd say it's a distinct possibility, yes. But there's one thing that doesn't make sense. The taxi driver said specifically that the two men didn't have a child with them. Oh yeah, that is weird. Could it be the kidnappers who stole the case? Wait, you mean... Yes, what if they put Sean inside it? He's little enough that he'd fit, I guess. The reason the taxi driver didn't see him might be that he was loaded into the trunk as baggage. But why do they need to hide him? I imagine they might not have planned to originally. But they didn't count on there being a police presence here in the plaza. Right, that makes sense. They didn't want the officer on duty to see them going off with Sean. Well, he's also famous. They took a rather drastic measure. That must be it. Alright, let's go see what the taxi driver can tell us. Two men you told us about, did they have any baggage with them? Boy, did they. A giant case. Wasn't easy getting that thing in the trunk, I tell ya. That settles it. They must have been the kidnappers. Where did you take these two men, if you don't mind me asking? Look, I can see this is important. How about I give you a ride there? That's a great idea. Come on, Mr. Edgewood. Alright, thank you. Yeah, my pleasure, folks. Investigation complete. That would have been a good place to put it to as well, but they didn't for whatever reason, so going with it. Did he have to drive that fast? Feel kind of queasy. Oh, I feel that. I get car sick on a swing. Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You look a little green yourself. I'm fine. Driver said he took the men to the garage of this house right here. Which means this must be where they brought the case. No way, look at the name on the mailbox. The name? What? Excelsius Winter? This must be that chairman guy's house. What? Excelsius Winter ordered Sean's kidnapping? Isn't he currently under arrest? Nice, the garage door's unlocked. You spotted that quickly. Although I guess I probably shouldn't be surprised. Oh, hell. He would have a fucking bike like that. Case. It smells of engine oil in here. I guess Winter Sr. must be something of a motorboat head. Anybody home? No? Anybody? What are we, Kay? Wait, what are we, Kay? Common house thieves? You take that back. We're great thieves, and don't let me ever hear you say different. We have some self-respect, Mr. Edgeworth. Didn't like that at all. Anyway, it seems nobody's around, which hopefully means we're not at risk of being arrested. Don't let your guard down yet. We're only just getting started here. Now, let's find us some treasures. Am I supposed to be looking for Sean? There's the case. I think we know what this is. Yes, this has to be it. The equipment case that Mr. Powers told us was stolen. They folded little Sean up, packed him in there, and shipped him all the way here, huh? He's a boy, Kay, not a piece of equipment. And it's possible that he's still here. We better find him. The reputation of the great thief is riding on this. And yours is my assistant. Sure. Look, a treasure. These are mechanic's gloves. They say death on the one hand. Death. They're designed to be worn when fixing vehicles or working with machines. They're covered in oil that looks like it must be from a machine, too. And strangely, dirt. An awful lot of dirt. I doubt they would have gotten like that from motorcycle maintenance. Ugh, I hate the guy, but I have to admit, I like his gloves a lot. You think we can maybe come up with a good excuse to, borrow them? I was about to take them into evidence, but I'm not so sure that's a good idea. There's a sledgehammer, a shovel, and a bunch of other heavy tools here. Heavy-duty tools here. That thing makes Judge Gavale's hammer look puny. If I ever become a judge, I'm getting one like this. I doubt you'd make yourself very popular swinging around one of those in a courtroom. Really? Fine. What if I swung that shovel around instead? Then it wouldn't be a courtroom, it would be a circus. Trust me, you won't do that. Promise me you won't do that. Ka-thunk? Huh? There's somebody in the back there. Sean, is that you? Sean, stay right there. We're coming. Huh? That's... But... Mr. Winter? What? What's he doing here? Hey, this is Chairman Winter's house, right? Which means... Yes, it's Mr. Winter's home, too. Presumably. But how did he wind up like this? Untie him, Kay, quickly. A little expert rope work, huh? Leave it to me. Alright, like this, and this, and through here, and you're free. Are you okay, Eustace? Looks like he's been through hell. How did you come to be tied up down here? I don't know! You found me, why don't you tell me? Because we don't know. Which is why we're asking. I'm not sure you're gonna be able to get much out of him like this. No, in which case, there's only one thing for it. Wait, you mean? I hate to beat a man while he's down, but it might be the only way. Are you sure? Look, don't go too hard on him, okay? You might push him over the edge. Understood. I'll tread carefully, I promise. I can't promise I'll be very good at it. Never held back against my opponents before, after all. Mine chess. Last time we saw him, he was running out of the courtroom. How did he wind up here? You don't understand. You don't know what it's like being me. 5? God, he's got a whole freaking chessboard of his own. Ugh. Fine. In which case, I guess I may have to quietly listen to what he has to say. Why me? Why am I always the last one to know? The butt of every joke. Feel bad for him now. Please don't make me feel bad for this kid. Oh god, it looks like there's an objective for one of the... He's also clearly no fit state for this. I need to try and finish this quick. I should figure out what he needs to hear and try to calm him down. You're a total failure of anything. Apparently, if you say that when there's an achievement, I can't bring myself to do it. Just take a deep breath and tell me what's on your mind, Eustace. No, I will not. Even if I did, it's not like you'd listen to me. There. What is this? Why aren't you shouting objection? You always shout objection. You're really gonna listen to me? Learning the truth about your father can't have been easy. I can only sympathize. That wasn't the hard part. The hard part was losing everything I ever had in a single morning. Aw, poor you. I think I'm a dick to this kid. I don't want to do that. Everything I thought I worked for, it was all a lie. Dad just made it happen. So tell me, Edgeworth, what am I supposed to believe in now? Damn it, they're making me feel bad for this kid. Faith in everything but yourself. That you have to believe in. But you don't have to do it alone. Experience, I can't give you, but knowledge, that I'm happy to offer. I had some time to think while I was tied up like that, and I realized something. I'm not cut out to be a prosecutor. I'm incompetent. I don't even know the right word. I think the word you're looking for is incompetence. But judging one's own competence is notoriously difficult. So I need you to trust me on something. You're getting better at this, Eustace, day by day, inch by inch. I swear it. Yeah. I mean, it's actually noticeable, because during that one case, he actually... I know Gavale, like, kind of prompted him a little bit, but, like... Now, I need to ask you something. Will you help me out? Sure. What do you want to know? Well, first of all, thank you for calming down. Next, I want you to tell me about your kidnapping. I need you to be as detailed as possible, Eustace. Tell me everything you remember seeing and hearing. Why would somebody kidnap you only to take you back to your own home? Don't you think I want to know that too? I'm the victim here. What are you asking me for? How am I supposed to know? They locked me up in that box and then locked me up in here. I was scared. So scared. overhear anything your kidnappers might have said? I think one said, if you want to blame somebody, blame the guy who owns this house. The owner of this house? That's your father, isn't it? It is? I guess it is, huh? Oh, I get it. Kidnappers were people who hated my dad. That's not it, but at least that's not it. At least not based on what else we know of the situation. But there was some kind of link that could... But there was some kind of link between the kidnappers and the Winter Senior that could be it. Do you have any idea who your kidnappers might have been? No, of course I don't. If I did, I'd have told you already. Time to deploy my crew. Your captor wanted you easily at where could be more convenient than one's own home? I hate to break it to you, Eustace. The kidnapping was ordered by your father. What? You don't think he wanted me out of the way? That he was going to kill me? What good would that have done him? His own son dead in the family garage? He would instantly become the prime suspect. You're right. Okay, so why did he have me kidnapped? For a ransom. That's not his own son. That wouldn't make sense. So his motive for the kidnapping must have been something else. This could be an important clue. Do you have any idea why someone might have wanted to kidnap you? What do you mean? Why does anybody kidnap anybody? For a ransom, right? Why would somebody kidnap their own child if they were planning on demanding a ransom? Yeah, that is kind of weird. Did anything odd happen during the kidnapping? No, I just answered their stupid question and then they grabbed me. Their question? What did they ask you? Stop staring at me like that. What was it again? Oh yeah, they asked me if I knew Gavale. Of course, things are starting to fall into place now. Your father. His goal wasn't to kidnap you. His goal wasn't to kidnap you. He was out to kidnap Judge Gavale's son, Sean Fenn. Because he wanted to force her honor in declaring Gordon Lagarde not guilty. Wait, look, Gavale has a son? And it was also Lagarde would be found not guilty? I think you were mistaken for Sean, and that's why you were kidnapped. What? And I went through all that by mistake? Wait, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, that would explain the part where... Where what? Have you remembered something? No, it's nothing. I'm nothing. I'm useless. Meaningless. Just go. Leave me alone. Oh, this isn't good. I think I pushed him as far as he could reasonably be pushed. I have to calm him down and get him to tell me what he just remembered. Music's better. Judging by his fragile demeanor, I'd say he's still suffering considerably. I need to help get him back on his feet. You remembered something just now. What was it? I didn't remember anything. All I remember is him. Him? You mean your father? No! I didn't mean to bring him up. I'm nothing compared to him. I'd never be prosecutor if he didn't help me. I've been wanting to ask about that for some time. Why did you become a prosecutor? What do you mean? You think it too, don't you? That I wasn't meant to be one. That I'm not good enough. Say something, will you? You chose this path. Why? You must have a reason. It's not like that. There's no big reason behind it at all. The reason is stupid and dumb and not important. But like I said, it's stupid. It probably doesn't mean much to anybody except me. I've often felt the same way about my own reasons for becoming a prosecutor. Really? You have? But you're a real one, a good one, a success. Even my dad, the chairman of the committee, said so. You wanted your father's approval. I can well understand that. You can? I thought if I became the best prosecutor out there, he'd finally accept me for who I am. I just wanted to not be useless. You're not covering for your father in any way, are you? No, I won't cover for him ever again. I mean, why would I after what he's done? You have a strong desire to be of use to him, so he'll approve you. Is that fair to say? I mean, why can't I be? Just once in my stupid life. Why can't I make it better? Why can't I clean his name? Clean his... It isn't possible to clean his name, Eustace, but you can clear one. Oh, clean a name. Huh? I never knew that. In your father's case, though, it's going to be hard. His crimes continue, as your kidnapping shows. Knowing that, do you think you can still help him? But what else do I have? What else am I supposed to do? Why don't you be the better man and rise above the father who made a fool of you? Stare him straight in the eyes and stop him from committing any more crimes. Hey, you're right. I'll prove him wrong about me. I'll prove him wrong about everything. That seems like calm down. Now I just need to get him to tell me what happened to the evidence. See if I can't give him the courage he'll need to stand up to his father. What's the connection between your father and Warden Lagarde? Sorry, I don't know much about that. You can't think of anything? Even the smallest morsel could be a valuable clue. Oh, I think they work. I think they maybe worked together once, and what is it? What else have you remembered? I think she got the job at the prison because my dad recommended her. Interesting. Did he have any particular reason to recommend her? I guess he thought she was good at her job, unlike me. I think they knew each other from back when he was chief prosecutor. What was he like back then? Was he different at all? Oh, he was amazing. There wasn't a piece of evidence he didn't know, or a case file he hadn't read. Intimate knowledge of cases and the evidence pertaining to them. That could be an important clue. Key pieces of evidence from the Lagarde trial failed to make it to the courtroom. As the prosecutor in charge, they were your responsibility. Did you misplace them somehow? No, that's not what happened. You haven't heard my side of the story. I want to hear your side of the story.
I thought I was putting them in the safest place there was. But what did I do? What did I do?
He seems he's drowning in his own self-doubt again. Guess I'd better send out a lifeboat and bring him in. I think I know what you thought would be the safest place possible. With your father. Isn't that correct?
What? Ah! He told me it would be safe with him. He said there was nowhere safer.
Well, I'm afraid he betrayed your trust, and in the ugliest way possible.
So he got rid of it? Why, Dad? What were you thinking?
Your father wanted to obscure the truth in order to ensure that Warden Lagarde was declared innocent. There's no easy way to say this, Eustace. He used you. There's a chance that the evidence is still in Chairman Winter's possession. And we still don't know where Sean is. We need to get back out there and find him.
It's all my fault. What do I do now?
I can't stand by him watching this. He's had a brutal collision with reality he never even knew existed. I should ask him what he needs to do now. Perhaps I can even help him figure that out. There's no way around it. The road ahead will be a hard one. But maybe this is fate, and maybe my job is to point him in the right direction. Do you mean to be like your father? To continue to ignore the truth?
Come on, give me a break, will you? Can't a guy get a glass of human kindness when he needs one?
Are you talking about the milk of human kindness? I'm afraid that's not quite how the phrase is used. It's not? Listen, talking with you like this, it's helpful for me too. There was a time where there were truths I didn't want to face up to either, but a good friend taught me the error of my ways. That's nice, but I don't have anybody like that. You can muster the courage to try to find your feet again. I'd be very happy to help. You would? But only if you really mean to try.
I don't want to be like my dad.
You want to be better than him, don't you? Yes, Eustace, I see it now. Do you mean to continue working as a prosecutor, Eustace? I don't even want to think about that yet. After all, I only ever became one because of my dad. I probably shouldn't even think about carrying on, should I? The only person who can answer that question is you.
Yeah.
Only you can decide what path you choose to walk. Then I don't want to stop being a prosecutor. If I give up now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I just know it. He intends to see this through. I'll bear that in mind. He told me that he wishes to be better than his father, and that he wishes to remain a prosecutor. I take that to mean that he wants to be a different kind of prosecutor than his father. That's the first important decision he's ever made for himself, and it tells us next. So, what now, Eustace? Well, first I'm going to give this stupid jacket back. I don't deserve to wear it. My dad always said that clothes make you a man, but I'm no man. It's clothes make the man, Eustace. It is? Thanks, I Farnsworth. I'm learning a lot from you today. That's good to hear. Now, about that jacket. Why don't we make you into a prosecutor worthy of it? Alright. Alright, let's do it. Let's make it so nobody ever makes fun of me again. But how? How do I get there? Tell me. What do I need to do? I just don't know. I just don't know. Only he remember his own words from a few minutes ago. The decision he made should serve as a good guide to what he should do next. You want to remain a prosecutor, but walk a different path from your father, correct? It won't be easy. But the path you have chosen is that of the true prosecutor. And now that you've chosen it, when the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. You also gotta remember, he's like, what, 17 still? He's so young. Also, he's a prosecutor at 17. What the hell is going on in here? You're lucky. I myself still hadn't quite decided what to do with my life. But you have, and it's a choice you made all on your own. Now all you have to do is believe in yourself and in the path you've chosen. Wah. Mistaken for Sean and kidnapped by his own father's underlings. And losing his belief in himself as a prosecutor after his father stole his evidence. He's been through so much in the span of a single day. More than I can imagine. Well, it took a little longer than I thought it would, but that's checkmate. No. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen him move so fast. He's particularly speedy when it comes to running away from things, it seems. Yeah, we don't have much time left. Yeah, it's like 1:15. I think we'd better check in with Fender. He'll want an update on what we've discovered. And we need to know what's going on over at the courthouse. But Eustace ran off, right? Is he supposed to be the prosecutor in charge? We're just updating Fender. Nothing else will change. Francisco will continue for the prosecution. Okay. Is that really alright, though? It's going to have to be. Like you say, Eustace ran off. Look, I hate to be a stickler for the details, but let's go over this just one more time, shall we? No murder weapon means no conclusive proof, means no conviction. That's all there is to it. Objection! That makes no sense. The lack of a murder weapon doesn't prove your client's innocence. Don't make me come over there and whip it into you. Ew! Eddie, darling, how much longer is this going to take? It's almost as if you're trying to drag this out for as long as possible. Sorry, thieves. It's our friend the prosecutor over there. She's stubborn as a freaking mule. Then give me a satisfactory explanation. Or I'll just have to keep whipping you until I can. Seriously? I've already taken more licks than I've had birthdays. Miles, what's taking so long? I'm happy to buy you some time and all, but I'm just taking a beating here. Oh, sorry, G. This one's important. Mind if I take it? Fine. Wait. Oh, fine. The dad should be annoyed. He might be annoyed, but not. Fender. Miles Areno! Boy, am I ever glad to hear your voice. How are things on your end? We found Eustace. Sweet. And the knife? And the chisel? Unfortunately, he trusted both to his father's care, which means that Chairman Winter is the only person who knows where they are. Chairman Winter? But why would he... He's not quite sure the specifics we're not quite sure the specifics just yet, but we do know that Chairman Winter and Warden Lagarde have some sort of connection they'd rather others didn't know about. Gotcha. Alright. Guess the next move will be to get Excelsius Winter on the stand. Best to hear the deets from the proverbial horse's mouth, right? I'll keep looking for the missing evidence. And for Sean. Well, shake a leg, will you, big guy? Can't keep this one from going to the judges much longer. We're a gnat's whisker from a verdict here. Understood. I wonder how long Judge Gavale's nerves can't be easy for her. We need to hurry. How are things over at the courtroom of doom? Courtroom of doom. They're gonna call Chairman Winter to the stand. Who knows how that will go for them. Yeah, he's already stooped to evidence stealing and kidnapping. What else is he capable of? Exactly. Perhaps we should look over any evidence we have relating to him just in case it might help. Good idea. Alright, leave it to me. Presenting a hot new piece of evidence, fresh from the evidence oven. The gloves we found in his garage? Yes, I was thinking about those. Anything else? What about the case file from the IS-7 incident? Chairman Winter was involved in that, right? Yes, he helped suppress the evidence. Probably a good idea to have the notes on hand. Excellent. And do we have anything else? We sure do. Last but far from least, there's this. Here, your Tagarasu pin? Okay. I asked for evidence related to Chairman Winter. Can you please try and take this seriously? Says the guy who spends his life presenting people with evidence that has nothing to do with anything. Yeah, that's different. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to cycle through everything is what they expect you to. A little bit with a guide, but it's fine. Wait, that's Eustace? Huh? Hey, what are you doing here? Ah! Rude. He totally ignored me. What's he doing in the big building? Let's go inside and see what we can figure out what he was up to. Yes, good idea. Huh? The hatch is wide open. Maybe Eustace opened it? Did Eustace really come down here? Mr. Edgeworth, look! The safe, it's open! Guess maybe he did come down here. Better take a closer look. Yeah, nothing else has changed here. There's some stuff left in the safe. I think we better take a look, don't you? The Honor will just have to forgive our prying. Is it a document of some kind? Let's see. Yeah, a document. And there's a photo attached too. This picture, it's of... Whoa, that's Mr. Knight, right? The name's Bronco Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard. Why is there a picture of him in here? What's this paperwork about? I'm not sure. Let's take a closer look. You were right, darling. There's some sort of connection between Knight and Canis. As you know, we've been trying to find out who Canis plays silly correspondent chess games with. Well, now we know. I'll be pulling Knight into my office for a thorough grilling tomorrow. And I'll make that worm admit he's Canis' lackey if it's the last thing I do. So, you do your bit too, and retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. I'm sure it's still right in front of the planter where we left it. Seems to be some sort of report on Knight. Yeah, and it must be from right around the time he was killed. We know that Knight was killed while being interrogated in the prison warden's office. I think we can safely assume that this document was written by Fifi Lagarde. I'd say so. Who was it written for? Oh, I guess whoever owns the safe? And I'd say that's likely to be the auctioneer, Celsius Winner himself. Proof that they really did know each other. Indeed. And not only that, it proves another connection. Huh? The guard and Winner were trying to flush out Mr. Canis' henchmen. Oh, you mean Bodhidharma Canis? Bodhidharma Canis? Right? Bodhidharma Canis. I just don't know how to say that. I get that it's body harmer, probably, but like Bodhidharma, I guess. The assassin guy with a soft spot for dogs? Yes, something links the three of them. Something they don't want anybody to know. But what? They don't know yet. But I suspect it has something to do with this case. Wait, there's something else in here we've seen before. There's something on his finger. Take a closer look, Mr. Edgeworth. A ring, and an expensive looking one at that. Don't even think about it, Kay. What? I didn't say anything. Well, Mr. Knight. Your chess set and your ring are here too. All your possessions in one place. So basically, the safe is full of evidence from the murder at the prison? It would seem so, which means the missing knife and chisel might be here too. No dice. There's nothing else here apart from Mr. Knight's stuff. Really? Curses. Oh, that should have been a damn. Knight may be dead. Curse you, Edgeworth. Again, that should have been a damn. Damn you, Edgeworth. Our game isn't over yet. He left the unfinished business behind him. I think we need to find out what it was. Could I interest you two in some cotton candy, perhaps? I have ice cream too, but if I recall correctly, you weren't much of a fan. You! The killer! It's wonderful to see you looking so well, Mr. Edgeworth. But what are you doing here? It's just as I said, I'm selling cotton candy. Can I really not interest you in some? Parting Clouds, it's called. Very apt. Sweeter than death itself, and so delicious. You'll feel you're parting the clouds en route to heaven. He's the last person on earth I'd accept candy from. I was hoping to ask you about my little message. Did you manage to find it out yet? Congratulations on another case solved. Yet I can't truly say it's been fully resolved, can you? Have you been watching us this whole time? Watching you? No. I prefer to think I've been watching over you. The stand here really is the most marvelous little vantage point. What are the two things any different? And what does he want with us? The president's murder. Was that you? Oh no, my contract had lapsed a little while ago. He was rather famous among us assassins. The man no one can kill. Notoriously stubborn, despite multiple attempts over the years. And it wasn't just his brawn that kept him safe. He used bodyguards, body doubles, you name it. It certainly wasn't his brawn that kept him safe. Sadly, this time, his bodyguards were nowhere to be found. And after Mr. Rook died to save him too, as I said, it wasn't me. I do not kill without good reason. which is something else I have to be grateful to Mr. Rook for. Thanks to him, I avoided killing someone entirely unworthy of my attention. Thanks to... What does that mean? The person who hired me deliberately misled me as to the identity of my target, and betrayal of trust for which I won't soon forgive them. That is why I'm currently doing all I can to track them down. And do you know what I think? I think you and I are looking for the same person. Talking about whoever it was that killed the president? And who is this person, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, come now, I can't tell you that. It's against the rules. Revealing the identity of a client is out of the question. I'd hardly stay in business long if people couldn't trust me now, would I? But that doesn't mean there's anything to stop me from catching up with them in my free time. What are you gonna do when you find them? Why, dish out a little justice for the betrayal I suffered, of course. What? What are you saying? What's gonna happen to them? I think you can... Well, this hasn't exactly been a pleasant catch-up. But I shouldn't leave you completely in the dark. There's something you ought to know. Our mutual friend, Bodhi Harmacanis, he escaped 3 days ago. What? Oh, hell. 3 nights ago, to be precise, his cell was suddenly, simply empty. Almost as if he knew I was coming to pay him a visit. Wait, the killer went to visit Canis in prison? Does that mean he's the person the killer is looking for? Now, I'd better not take up any more of your time. We'll be seeing one another again soon, I'm sure. Let's both keep up the good work, shall we? We'll run our target to the ground in the end. Ooh, am I really working with an assassin? That's a twist. First a killer, now Canis. 2 assassins on the loose. Fan-bloody-tastic. Sounds like a boss fight from a Game Boy game. Like a Game Boy game. Or color, not advanced. I'm old. Huh? That's sound. Mr. Edgeworth! It's Judge Gavale's cell phone. Can it be Sean? How's it going, Miles? Whoever it is using a voice changer. Who is this? It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Red raincoat? You're the one who abducted Kay. Bingo. Well figured out, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. I can't hear, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. Where's the speakerphone? I was as surprised as anybody when she lost her memory like that. Talk about a curveball. Hey, I'm standing right here, you know. But never mind all that. I called to talk about something else. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made big bad Chairman Winter kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? Must be the person the killer was talking about. I also called to say thank you. I neither want or need your thanks. Sure, but you deserve them anyway. Guess the penny didn't drop yet, huh? You're right, I abducted Kay, as you put it, but why would I do that? That's right, because I needed you to help me make sure that Winter got caught. No. If Kay was a suspect, you'd have to look into it. And if you looked into it, you'd be sure to unmask him eventually. After all, you're a genius, right? Everything worked out exactly like I planned. Oh, but there's something else you should know. Something you didn't figure out yet. It wasn't Mr. Winter who kidnapped Judge Gavale's boy. You. How do you know about that? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. And I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me. How could they possibly know that? She didn't even use her real name when she visited. She pretended to be Detective Gumshoe. Anyway, you want to know how I knew about... You want to know how I knew about the kidnapping? The kidding. That one's nice and simple at least. Because sweet, innocent little Sean is here with me right now. Whoa. No! Ooh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. Ah, if only I could see your faces. Okay, what do you say? Why don't you come and steal him back just like you said you would? You wouldn't want the amazing Yatagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you? They even know about that? How can they possibly know so much? Oh, don't get the wrong idea about dear old Celsius, by the way. Papa Winter's still a villain through and through. He wanted to kidnap Sean. I just got there first. There were 2 kidnapping plots? Ooh, what a bunch of clowns. His goons kidnapped his own son by mistake. Is Sean really there with you? Prove it. Put him on the phone. Oh, he's here. And I'm afraid I can't do that. He's sleeping. So sweet. Then why should we believe you? Then why should we believe you? You might not be the kidnapper after all. Look, if you don't want to believe me, that's up to you. What do you want? What's the endgame here? Are you just trying to get Lagarde acquitted? Nope, I could care less about whether they find her guilty or not. So, whoever it is, they're not after the same thing as Turnabout. My endgame is going to have to stay a secret for now. For now. Alright, nice talking to you. You kids have fun, okay? Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you. Just trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice very highly. Who was that? Wish I knew. They didn't give us enough to figure that out. Deliberately, I imagine. What? So we really have nothing to go on? That's not fair. They sure knew a whole lot about us. Indeed they did. You're right. It was uncanny how much they seemed to know. How is it possible that they were party to so much that happened in private? Right? They knew everything about the whole the kidnapping situation too. We need to figure out how, whether they were getting their information, where they were getting their information from. Let's consider this carefully. What were the things they knew? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me. Why are we doing a flashback from what just happened 2 minutes ago? You wouldn't want the amazing Yatagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you? They even know about that? Ooh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. Ah, if only I could see your faces. That's it. Based on the specifics they mentioned, there's only one possible answer. I've got it, Kay. I know how they knew. Huh? Really? Whoever it was, they were... They must have been able to hear us somehow. It's the only possible answer. What? Like they were eavesdropping on us? Think about what the kidnapper said. Ooh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. Ah, if only I could see your faces. If only I could see your faces. That means I couldn't. So they weren't filming or following us. Okay, so what? They hit a bug somewhere? Let me take a look at the stuff in my bag. Where could they have concealed it? We need to go back to what they said. Yes, they somehow knew about something they shouldn't have. Judge Gavelle's impromptu visit and our conversation in the visitor's room. Judge Gavelle! Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat. What evidence did I have on my person? The bug must have been hidden here.
Take that!
Okay, can I take a closer look at your badge? You took a Rasu pin? No, it's mine. What? Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth, sure you're a great thief's assistant now. That doesn't mean you get to wear the pin right away. You have to earn it. I don't want to wear it. I want to check it for bugs. Huh? This old thing. Let's take a look, shall we? Huh? Whoa! Huh, so I was right. How did you know? Whoever it is we're dealing with, they came into close contact with you recently. Then when they knocked me unconscious, you mean? Oh, when they knocked me unconscious, you mean? Precisely. Which made me think the bug must be in one of your possessions. But they also overheard my conversation with Judge Gavale when she visited me. Something that would have been impossible if I didn't have the bug on my person at the time. I get it. So you thought back over what they let you keep hold of when they locked you up. Yes. All the case evidence I was carrying had been confiscated. Meaning the only thing it could have possibly have been was your pin. So they were listening to us the whole time? And they heard everything we said? I suspect so. Everything to do with this case and more. Wait, they're probably listening to what we're saying right now. They may well be, yes. Hey, jerkface! Okay. Eavesdropping coward! Why don't you come out and show yourself? Huh? What was that sound? Ow, 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 ouch, dang it. Huh? Oh, look, it's Tabby. Y'all sure know how to surprise a girl. You gotta shout that loud without a word of warning? Made me jump halfway out of my skin. Sorry. What's got you so ornery anyhow? Get a load of this. Seriously, it'll make your blood boil. Huh? It will, huh? I'm all ears. I wonder if we might be better off keeping it to ourselves, Kay. Assuming we don't want to be all over the front page of tomorrow's paper, that is. Ooh, thanks. Nearly walked right into that one. Aw, come on! Y'all are no fun at all. I was counting on you opening up and spilling the beans over this here plaza. All over this here plaza. So, did y'all find that there kidnapped kitty? Ah, speaking of which, the child you saw being taken away. Is it the boy in this photograph? Huh? Nah, that ain't him. The kid I saw looked dumber than mud, even if he did have some fancy school uniform. No prizes for guessing who she means. But Miss Lloyd managed to confuse matters once again. I think we'd better take another look around. Back to square one. Hopefully we'll turn up some new information soon. There are only 20 minutes left until 2? Are we gonna make it in time? Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, I just had a thought. It's about that phone call. There's a weird noise in the background, right? There was. Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly. Wait, she's right. We heard a loud bang right at the end. Could that provide a hint as to the kidnapper's location? Loud bang, you say. I see. Yeah, would you stop eavesdropping? Boy, you never get any cuddlier, do you, Ruffles? I don't like her. I guess I'll need to speak with Miss Lloyd too, as much as I don't want to. How about that? We'll help from little old me. Y'all made a giant leap closer to solving the case. Closer? Sure, by if closer you mean we wound up going after a completely wrong kidnap victim. She must have barely looked at the photo at all. Aw, really? And here I thought I'd given y'all the tip of the century. My bad. Not your fault. It's ours for putting our trust in unreliable sources. We'll just have to learn not to do that again. Hey, that ain't nice. I don't gotta give y'all no tips at all, you know? And I won't if you're gonna be like, not if you're gonna be like that. Alright, fine. Maybe just this one. But only because I got a real scoop for y'all this time. A real scoop. This should be good. Why are we entertaining this? Fine. I'm not expecting much, but you got my attention. What is this scoop of yours? Proof that's what? Proof that Torosaurus really is real. Alright. Okay, we're leaving. Wait. I'm lying, I swear. It's hard to believe, but it's true. I don't have time for this. We also don't have much else to go on. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps? Ooh, you're good, Raffles. Sharper than a gosh dang tack. I captured the sound of that big old beastie breathing fire. That is what I captured. I was hoping for something a little better than that. Hey, don't make that face, dang it. I ain't lying. Listen for yourself and tell me it ain't true. Alright, ready? It's fire breathing time, dagnabbit. There, well. Kind of tell over the shouting, but it could have been something breathing fire, maybe? Tell me, Miss Lloyd. Did you see this fire breathing something with your own eyes? Well, not exactly with my eyes as such. Being as how I wasn't precisely close by when it happened. Surely the real Torosaurus would be pretty hard to miss no matter how far away you were standing. Well, see, I was far away. But also recording via what you might call non-standard means. Would you mind explaining what you mean by that? I really dug myself a hole here, huh? See, I could have rigged me up a little wireless intercept open to do a little scoop detecting. It's so sad. Poor insect. Not an insect, K. An intercept. She was listening out for radio signals. It would have allowed her to listen in on any nearby transmission. Me and the chief here have been down here at the big building sniffing around these last couple of days. Looking into Miss Hart's tip about the underground auction, I assume. Which would mean that you've been listening in on all the radio signals in the area, too. Sure have. Which is how I wound up hearing the most thunderous, ear-splitting noise you ever did hear. Down on her feet. Electricity in the air. That was it. Torosaurus, at last. Made everything up. You made up everything except the roaring sound, didn't you? Long and short of it is that you didn't actually see anything, correct? Hey, I don't need to see things. I'm a writer, you hear. Anyhow, I kept listening until down the line comes your pal there's voice, hollering to fit to beat the band. Eavesdropping coward! Why don't you come out and show yourself? Huh? What was that sound? Hey, where the hell was she that you fell? Our apologies for that. I'm sure Kay didn't mean to bully you over with her little outburst.
I assume it was as shocking as it was because you didn't hear it directly. It came through your headphones while you were listening to the signal from the bug, didn't it? What? Are you saying she planted it? Hey, come on now. I ain't into no bugging. Just a little lighthearted intercepting is all. Would you mind if we borrowed the tape of what you recorded, Miss Lloyd? Yeah. Do what you dang well. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Saint, Miss Barry. How's the search going? Did you find him? Not yet, for sure. Oh, nothing. Just a slip of the tongue. Guess I still don't know about the kidnapping. We did manage to find Eustace, yes. You did? That's great. Thanks so much. Now maybe they won't arrest me again. Stop, Gummy. Why are you running away from us? Detective Gumshoe. You gave up your badge, sir. I didn't know what to do with myself. You stay right where you are, Detective. So I thought if you weren't gonna be a prosecutor anymore, then maybe I shouldn't be a detective either. But I was wrong. Even if you're not around, I'll always be a detective. My job will always be to investigate crimes. And us detectives don't just investigate when prosecutors ask us to. We have to be able to look into stuff ourselves, too. Is that what you were doing just now? Back then, too. You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation to help Kay Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information. Detective Gumshoe did that? So Rosie Ringer's autopsy report. When I went down to the detention center to see how Kay was doing, when you get to my level, you don't uncover the truth. You make it, little by little. Kay Faraday? Murderer. That's the truth I created. Yes, my boy. That's what I like to see. You overheard that? Yeah, so I went back and looked over the evidence. Dug out a little something I thought might help. No way, Gummy. You're the best. I'd be in prison right now if it weren't for you. My pleasure, kid. Good to see you got your memory back, by the way. Thanks. So, anyway, like I said, I'm investigating stuff for myself these days, and that's that. Wait, Gummy, don't run off again. We get it. You can look into stuff for yourself now. That's great. And it helped me right when I needed it the most. But right now, we need you to work with us. I'm no longer a prosecutor or indeed in anything. But we're investigating a case regardless. And I ask you this not as a prosecutor, but as a friend. As my boyfriend. Detective Gumshoe, will you help us? Stop it, sir. You're killing me here. Come on, Gummy.
Alright, alright. Alright, I'll do it. Just stop bowing and being nice to me, okay? It's weird. Gummy. Thank you, detective. So what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Can you tell us what you've discovered in the course of your investigations, detective? Yes, sir. Sure I can. Alright, I got 3 big things to tell you. Here goes. Number 1. I got some results for you from when forensics looked into the case closed. They found traces of what looked to be a powerful sedative. The brand was 3Z's. I guess that's what she was drugged with at Cord Lake before she was taken to the roof of the big building. Sure seems that way. Now for number 2. I got hold of all the footage from that security camera in front of the big building elevator. The camera that captured President Wang and Judge Gavale that night. The elevator is usually the only way of getting up onto the roof, correct? And therefore anyone using it should have been caught on camera. That's right. So winding the tape back to 2 nights ago, we should have been able to see Kay being carried up there while she was out cold. And? Did you spot me, Gummy? I watched it all and fast forward. Everything from 2 days ago to the end. Yes, and? Nothing. No sign of Kay anywhere. I thought it was too good to be true. But how did the kidnapper get her up there? I think we'll need to look into that in a little more detail. And the last item on your list? Yes, sir. This is the big one. The 3rd thing I have to tell you is... It's great to be working with you again. I just want to hug him. Can I hug him? I'll help you catch this perp if it's the last thing I do. And that about wraps it up. Put you through a lot, detective. That doesn't mean I can start going easy on you. That's the big one, as you put it. It doesn't even have anything to do with the case. I would have preferred something of practical use. Oof. No mercy, huh? Guess I should have expected any. Guess I shouldn't have expected any less. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. He's been kidnapped. We need your help to find him. Kidnapped? Yes, his name is Sean Fenn. Oh wait, the kid with the horns? You know him? I saw him earlier today. You mean this morning? Yeah, he got off that bus there. And then he walked off toward the garbage disposal area. Where's that? Just over there. It's where all the offices in the big building put their trash before it gets taken away. Oh, that door was covered by that big blue truck. That's why we didn't see it. Where he went after that, I couldn't tell you. I had to leave right around then. Oh, I had to leave right around then. I think we better take a closer look at this garbage disposal area. Sean walked off in this direction, huh? It would seem so, yes. Perhaps we'll find some clues here as to his current whereabouts. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Milk. This milk carton. That's the same brand Sean drinks. Something happened to him here. I'm almost certain of it. It locked tight, huh? Guess they don't want non-residents disposing of their trash here. trash is collected at 11 a.m. I guess that's why the enclosure is empty. There's a ton of stuff here earlier. Big stuff, too. Today must be the day they take the big stuff away. Yeah, sure looked that way. I'll bet the big squisher machine squished it all up good anyhow. You don't do that with the larger items. You just take them away as they are. You do, huh? How do you even know that, sir? Wait, Mr. Fender's pretty keen for you to join him, right? I'll bet he sent you some kind of pamphlet on how they throw your stuff away when you move office. Spookily insightful sometimes, Kay, but only sometimes. Based on what we've seen and what Detective Gumshoe told us, I think there's a strong possibility that Sean was abducted from the garbage disposal area. Yeah, it's kind of out of the way of prying eyes, huh? But why would Sean even come here in the first place? I imagine he must have had something to dispose of. But the truck's already come and gone. Guess we'll never know what that something was now. Only 2 vehicles came through here this morning, the taxi and the blue truck. And Eustace was taken away in the taxi. Right. Well, it seems that Sean was likely abducted from the garbage disposal area. The garbage disposal area. And if the garbage was collected at 11 a.m. Oh, I get it. Now we know what kind of truck it was. Dude, it must have been the garbage truck. But the police officer who told us about it didn't describe it as such. He only mentioned the fact that it was blue. Huh. Some cop he was. How did he not even notice it was one of those cool trash squishing machines? Because it wasn't. Today isn't a regular garbage day. It's the day they collect larger items, for which they wouldn't use a specialized garbage truck, just a regular truck like any other. But it was a garbage truck nonetheless. And where do garbage trucks go? To the dump, right? Wait a second. So you're saying the kidnapper disguised themselves as a trash collector? But then the truck probably would have been a fake, too, right? Maybe it didn't go to the dump. No, I'm reasonably sure that the garbage truck was real. Yeah? How do you figure that? Let me look at the garbage disposal area, should tell us. It tells us that the garbage truck must have been real.
Take that!
The garbage disposal area is kept locked. Oh yeah. So only a real garbage collector and a real garbage truck could have opened it. Precisely. The garbage truck can't have been a fake. Perhaps whoever abducted Sean put him in a large cardboard box that they prepared for the job. Now, mix that in amongst all the other oversized items. The garbage collector would have taken it away, no questions asked. Exactly, allowing the kidnapper to await the truck's arrival at the garbage processing facility. They could then claim to have thrown the box away by mistake, collected without incident. Alright, so where do they take the garbage after it leaves here? Let's see. It looks like we have 2 possibilities. Garbage processing facility that shouldn't take it to. Damn it, there's 2! You found anything that might serve as a clue? amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. How did you find Prosecutor Winter? With some serious investigative magic, that's how.
It was pure luck, actually, but never mind.
You didn't even need our help, huh? That's not true. Thanks so much for joining in the search. Where did you look, by the way? Oh, this place a little away called Sunshine Coliseum. Do you know it? Sunshine Coliseum? That's over by the harbor. There were a whole bunch of people there for a big event. We thought it might be worth a look. You mean like a festival? Ooh, that sounds fun. Oh, is that the place from... I know it this way. Oh yeah, it was super fun. There were food stands and fireworks. Timmy didn't like the crowds much, but hey, you don't have to tell them that. Alright, it's decided. When this case is finally over, we're going to the festival together. Kind of lucky you found Prosecutor Winter so quickly. Lucky? In what way? We have to go practice soon for the show. We wouldn't have been able to help for much longer anyway. I see. Sorry to have kept you from your duties at the circus. Oh no, it's nothing to worry about, really. We're glad to help. I'll do anything if it helps make sure they don't arrest me again. He really helped me by finding him. I'm so relieved. Of course, just because they found him, that doesn't mean they'll find Warden Lagarde guilty. What? You mean they still might throw me back in jail? No, I can't go back, I can't. Come on, kid, you really have to torment the poor boy. Mr. Saint, you mentioned fireworks before. Huh? Fireworks? Yes, at the event at the Coliseum. Were they setting them off even during daylight hours? Oh yeah, a bunch went off while we were there. What are you thinking, Mr. Edgeworth? A loud bang we heard.
What if that was a firework?
Huh? Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you. At least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing us. This is like the 4th time they showed that clip. For the bang to be clearly audible over the telephone, it must have been pretty loud. Which means fireworks. Which means the Coliseum. So the kidnapper was near there, right? But how near? If fireworks were that loud, you could probably hear them from pretty far away. Yes, the area we need to search would be too broad to even consider doing it ourselves. Ding, ding. So, based on the loud bang we heard on the phone call, we know that the kidnapper was somewhere in the vicinity of Sunshine Coliseum. And one of the garbage facilities is right by there, too. I think it's likely that's where Sean was taken, which means the kidnapper must be holding him somewhere near there. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Could I ask you and your men to search the area around the garbage facility? It's not like you to ask, sir. It feels a little lax, if I'm being totally honest. Why don't you give me a good old-fashioned order, huh? Like you used to? You don't mind, even though I'm not a prosecutor anymore? I thought I told you already. A detective investigates for himself, not just for prosecutors. Thank you. Mr. Edgeworth, we're almost out of time. You're right, we need to hurry. I doubt Judge Gavale and the others can hold out much longer. Counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. I won't let you down, sir. It won't be an official search, but I'll put my best guys on it. You can count on that. I'm coming too, Gummy. I promise I'd snatch Sean from the jaws of danger, and that's just what I'm going to do. I'll head back to the courthouse. Who knows, I may be able to drag the students out a little longer. Alright, with me, everybody. Even in the depths of night. Yeah, it's already striking 2. There isn't a moment to lose. Yes, sir. But I didn't finish. When the bird dares to take flight. Don't split the party. April 6th, 2:16 p.m. So she's already given them an extra 16 minutes. Holy hell. Well, well, if it is on our old friend, ex-prosecutor Edgeworth. Hello, dear boy. Celsius winner. You please will turn around and face the prosecution. I'm not done with you yet. I already told you, Franziska. It doesn't make sense. Why would I help her? I feel for her, of course. A woman in her prime sent to prison. It's enough to make a grown man cry. But to suppress evidence in order to keep her out of the jail cell? No, that's preposterous.
Objection!
We have a statement from your own son. He says he entrusted the evidence to your care. I'm afraid that I don't know what he's talking about. Or why he'd say such a thing. I don't know what's gotten into him.
Objection!
What if I could prove that you and Lord Lagarde are much more closely associated than you claim? I'm sorry? Prove? I think we've been over this, dear boy. You're an ex-prosecutor, remember? Are you even allowed in this part of the courtroom anymore? Miles Edgeworth, I'm the one prosecuting this case. What are you thinking, barging in like this? I'm sorry, Franziska, but it's important. May I speak on behalf of the prosecution just briefly? That is not the button I hit. Ooh, I got the red flashy light for this last by the end. What are you doing? Judge Gavale, I come before the court with important new evidence. I ask that you allow me to present it. Oh, have you lost your mind, dear boy? There's no way this could be allowed.
Objection!
Well, the defense hopes you'll let him, G. Just saying. What's the thinking over on the prosecution side there, Fandango? Fine. Prosecution has no objections.
Objection!
Your objections are neither here nor there. This isn't a democracy, it's a courtroom. And this is flagrant contempt. Is that right, Verity? Oh, as long as Sean's still missing, she'll feel she has no choice but to go along with whatever winner wants. If only there was some way of telling her that he might be found at any moment. Judge Gavale, I would ask only this, that you trusted me and my assistant, and in my assistant just this once. Speaking of which, where is Kay Faraday? He's currently searching for the most important piece of evidence of all.
Objection!
Nonsense. There's no more evidence to be found. You're just stalling for time.
Objection!
Most important piece of evidence of all, eh? Hey, gee. I don't know what this evidence is, but maybe we should trust in Miles' little pal. What do you say? I mean, I say little pal, but she's way more than that. She's the one and only great thief Yatagarasu. Miss Fender has sensed what I'm getting at least. Judge Gavale, the evidence I'm talking about, we're almost certain we know where it is. Kay is only moments away from snatching it from the jaws of danger. Very well. This is highly irregular, but I will allow it. You have my thanks. Have you all gone completely mad? You said you had important new evidence. Evidence of what, exactly? Just what I said. That Warden Lagarde and Chairman Winter are far better acquainted than he claims. Allow me to present it to you.
assuming this.
Take that!
This document is a report regarding the interrogation of a certain someone. Oh, yeah? Who might that be? The late Mr. Bronco Knight. The interrogation was to be carried out by none other than Warden McGuard. Wait, is that the interrogation where... Yes, where Mr. Knight was killed. This document shows Warden McGuard planning the interrogation in which Mr. Knight was murdered. This is indeed important evidence.
Objection!
Niles Edgeworth, you referred to the document in question as a report. Would you care to elaborate? To whom was this report addressed? Very good question, Miss Von Karma. And the answer is the most important new revelation of all. We recovered this document from a safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the big building. That's the storeroom where the lots for the underground auction were kept. It is. An auction, if you recall, that was presided over by one Excelsius winner. And that is to whom the report in question was addressed. Do you still mean to insist that you and Warden Lagarde barely knew one another? I'll refrain from commenting on that matter for the moment, if you mind. What? I don't believe it's been conclusively proven that I was the auctioneer yet, has it? Have you forgotten the events of this morning already? I think I proved that fact more than adequately. I'll admit defeat in that particular arena, yes. But that was not the courtroom. Can you prove the same thing here, my boy? That I was the ringleader, did you call it? If you can't, then, well... You certainly can't prove that report was addressed to me. You won't wriggle your way out of this one. So unfair. Tell him, Verity, please. I'm not being slippery at all. I'm being entirely reasonable, wouldn't you say? Unlike you, when you permitted Mr. Edgeworth this bizarre interlude. That was most unlike you. It's saddening, truly it is, to see you failing in your sacred duty to the law. It's saddening enough to make me want to take drastic measures. You're right, of course. Until a fact has been adequately proven in the courtroom, it cannot truly be considered a fact. I'm afraid I have no choice but to ask that Mr. Edgeworth's theory be struck from the record. I know for certain that Sean is safe. I'm sorry, my boy. But what counts as truth out in the field and in the courtroom are two different things. And you're more than willing to bend the truth in the courtroom, is that what you're saying? Oh, you're a scurrilous soul. What the hell does that mean? Making or spreading scandalous claims about someone with the intention of damaging their reputation. Ooh, scurrilous. I'll do no such thing. I'll simply accept the court's verdict as truth. As the truth. Should it choose to acquit me. As should you. If you can't find that missing evidence, we're in trouble. Well, Verity, I think we've heard about all we need to, don't you? There's no way that evidence is turning up. Ever. A quick not guilty and we can all go home.
Objection!
Who said that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Dad. Eustace. What are you doing here? Mr. Winter, what is the meaning of this? Where have you been? You can't just abandon your duties like that. I'm sorry. You are unfit to be a prosecutor. You're a complete and utter disgrace. Why, Eustace, why can you not get it into your head? This is no place for an incompetent fool like you. Dad, I brought some vital evidence. So, can I please, take my place at the prosecutor's bench? Pretty please? Well. This is certainly a surprise.
Objection!
Oh, Eustace, my boy, what's gotten into you? There's something different about you. What's going on? Dad, come on, my boy, spit it out. What is it? You want Daddy to play catch with you. Ew, never say Daddy again. That's it, isn't it? Alright, why don't you run along home and I'll be with you soon. Get back on the stand right now. What's gotten into you, child? You're shaking like a leaf.
Objection!
Judge Gavale. The prosecutor in charge has arrived, along with important new evidence. This trial is far from over. Surely you can't call an end to the proceedings just yet. I hate how he claps. No objections from team defense. Only wish we could have our original team captain say that herself, though. Prosecution has no objections either. You think this farce is going to continue? There's no chance of that. None at all. Isn't that right, Verity? He still thinks he was successful in his bid to kidnap Sean, but we know different. Sadly, as long as the boy remains missing, nothing changes. Judge Gavale's hands are still tied. Oh no, look at her. That sound! It's her cell phone. Huh? Mine is also ringing. Whoa, I'm getting a call too. What the hell? Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Fender! We found Sean! We found Sean! Detective, you did it! Most important piece of evidence of all, huh? That's some stellar work, your great thiefness. Thanks. We just thought you should know right away. See you all soon! Judge Gavale, it's for you. Hello? Yes. Yes, I understand. I'm so glad you're safe. Be sure to thank everybody properly. You'll do that for me, won't you? Alright, be careful. I'll see you back at home. God, I can't imagine what she's feeling right now. The proceedings will continue. I feel a certain freedom returning to my hammer arm. Oh, wow. Is this some idiotic joke? It is no such thing. The witness will return to the stand. And Mr. Winter will step up to the prosecutor's bench. Yes, ma'am. This winner. Yeah? I leave matters in your hands. Huh? Facing down your own father. This won't be easy. I'll be looking on with interest. Don't disappoint me. Very well. Is the prosecution ready to proceed?
Mr. Winter, you mentioned some evidence that you wish to present to the court? Yeah, so, the knife and the chisel. Whoa, you tracked down the missing murder majigs? Well, Mr. Winter, did you? About that. No, I couldn't find them. I searched everywhere. Everywhere! But I was too late. How so? I remembered something. I saw Dad in the garage this morning. He was carrying something wrapped in newspaper. Where are you going, Dad? Oh, Eustace. I was, just on my way to throw out some trash. Then I heard this tinkling sound. Tinkling? Let me guess. The bell from Mr. Canis's chisel. You mean to tell the court that you believe the witness disposed of the evidence?
I tried my best, but I was too late. I'm sorry.
You said you looked everywhere. Everywhere where?
Literally everywhere. I even went to the dump.
I got down on my hands and knees and dug through the garbage. I figured that stuff had to be in there somewhere. Wait, that's Eustace? Huh? Hey, what are you doing here? Rude. Totally ignored me. That's what he was doing. He even went so far as to search the dump. What a dump! But all I found was this. This is a little pungent for one thing. Ah. And you're a little on the ripe side yourself, kiddo. I can smell you from here. What do you expect? A knife? It's probably somewhere among all that trash. There was too much to go through on my own. Very well. The court will accept the item you have presented into evidence. You've really outdone yourself, Eustace. Never fail to disappoint, dear boy. You dug through rotting garbage with your bare hands, and that's all you have to show for it? You drive me to tears. Really, you do.
Objection!
Might be a little soon to turn on the waterworks just yet, Dad. Let's take a closer look first. If you wish to waste your time, be my guest. Hey, Eustace, Miles, do this devastatingly handsome old defense attorney a favor, will ya? Hit this guy full in the face with the truth. Since Fender's on board? Good. Mr. Winter, could you show me the piece of evidence you found? Sure. Open it up, shall we? We can only hope there's something valuable inside. Could this be the bell that was on Mr. Canis's chisel? Perhaps there's some trace evidence that can prove that one way or the other. No good. Look at it. It's spotless. Well, Mr. Winter? Do tell. Was there anything interesting inside your little scrap of paper? Of course there wasn't. Why would there be? Why was it even accepted into evidence? It's literally a piece of trash. Sorry, gentlemen, but the truth hurts. Eustace's efforts for nothing. It's true the bell may not be much useless as evidence. Come on, Edgeworth, we can't give up yet. As calm and collected as ever, I see, Miles. Unlike my poor idiot son there. Are we to assume that the prosecution has nothing more to say on the matter? Very well.
Objection!
Not so fast, Cavale. We're not done yet. There's only one thing we still haven't looked at properly. Really, my boy? You want us to believe there's more? Desperation is never good luck. Seems Eustace isn't quite ready to give up just yet. And for once, I think we're both thinking the same thing. Namely, that we might not necessarily be dealing with a useless piece of trash. Can't know for sure without looking more closely, but if I'm right, we're talking about... I'm talking about the piece of newspaper the bell was wrapped in. We were thinking the same thing. Ah, it's beautiful. Really it is. Tear-jerkingly so. Some might call it heroic optimism. Some might call it clutching at straws. Whatever one calls it, to put all one's faith in a worthless piece of garbage, that takes belief. Take a closer look and see if it's as worthless as you say, shall we? Eustace, if you be so kind. Are these marks? And look, it's covered in some sort of soil. Judge Cavale, I'd like to have this examined for fingerprints. Could I request that you call on somebody from forensics? Very well. Summon a technician right away. I have the results, Your Honor. It's been confirmed that these are finger marks. Well, duh. Unfortunately, it looks like they were made by somebody wearing gloves. No. Oh dear. Well, that doesn't give you very much in the way of evidence, does it? But I suppose it makes sense if you think about it. After all, this was important evidence. What kind of idiot would handle something like that without gloves on? Oh, that's right. The kind that would flail about desperately like you, my boy. Wow, way to talk to your kids, Superbad. I'm merely calling a spade, or in this case, an idiot an idiot. Real winners know to keep their emotions out of things. And take no pity on the weak and the foolish, including their own ineffective offspring. And you spent the last who knows how long proclaiming yourself to be a prize-winning prosecutor. Thanks to my little pep talk this morning, you finally know exactly how those prizes were won. It was all thanks to me, thanks to the power of it. You've never stood on your own 2 feet. You've always been coddled. First by me, then by Verity. Oh, dry your garbage-smelling tears. Smelling? Not that it's a stench that doesn't suit you. Even if it does make me turn up my nose in disgust.
Objection!
What a bastard. No, you're wrong. I am, my boy. Wrong about what? I'm not the one that smells, you are. What did you say? Yeah, you smell, and you don't even realize it. You couldn't hide it even if you wanted to. Edgeworth, take a sniff, right there where the finger marks are. You want me to smell it? Is that oil? Yep, and I know where it came from. Wait, I know it from somewhere too. Well, engine oil in here. Guess Winter Senior must be something of a motorhead. That odor tells us something important. It tells us exactly who threw this piece of evidence away. But I guess my dad's right. I guess I'll never be a real winner. I'll never be able to keep my emotions out of things. And I'll never be be able to stand up to him no matter what he's done.
Eustace.
Be strong, Eustace. Remember what you told me. You said you were going to be different from your father. A different kind of prosecutor. You are a prosecutor. We both are. That's why we're standing here in this courtroom. The prosecutor's highest responsibility is to the truth. See that it comes to light no matter what. We expose crimes and we see that their perpetrators are punished, no matter who they may be. If you truly mean to continue on as a prosecutor, you know what you have to do. I made you a promise. I said that if you could summon the courage to find your feet again, I'll help you. This isn't something you should have to do alone. I'm here. I'm right beside you. Thanks, Edgeworth. You're right. Those finger marks tie my dad to this crime. To show everybody how.
Take that!
The smell you pointed out to me, Eustace. It's the smell of engine oil, isn't it? Motorcycle oil, even. Yep. And we both smelled it before in the same place. Yes, in Chairman Winter's garage. What's more, these finger marks feature some distinctive patterns, don't they? Oh. The outlines of the letters D, E, A, T, and H. The letters that appear on the fingers of these gloves.
Objection!
Oh. Gloves that can be bought in any store. How does that prove anything, my dear?
Objection!
My dear boy. How indeed. That's not the only thing that connects your gloves to the piece of newspaper we found. Look again at the scrap of paper the bell was wrapped. Let's look again at the scrap of paper the bell was wrapped. Compare it to the gloves we found in Chairman Winter's garage. There's a feature that undeniably connects the two.
Take that!
Look at the letter A on the finger. Half of it is missing, exactly as it is on the print in the newspaper. What? I would also like to draw the court's attention to the dirt the gloves are covered in. I think it might be worth having its composition compared to that of the dirt on the newspaper. A match would make for even stronger evidence that the print was made by Chairman Winter's gloves. Officer, have the dirt on these two pieces of evidence compared right away.
And you, Eustace.
See, that curse you would be more effective if it was a damn you. Who do you think you are? You're nothing but mere prosecutors. Sorry, Dad. I think it's time you admitted defeat. You suppressed vital evidence, and we just proved that in a court of law. Oh, snap. And you did it to try and protect the defendant. What? You think you're going to be able to make that stick? You think they'll send me to prison? Me? You think you'll be the one to finally take me down? You're a fool, child. A fool.
Objection!
Just give it up, Dad. Admit what you did.
Objection!
You think you'll stand a chance without me around? You won't last 5 minutes. You know what? I think I might be okay. All I ever wanted was to become a prosecutor, to make you proud. But after your men kidnapped me, I was lying there in the dark all on my own. I got to thinking how powerless I was in all of this because of you. I almost gave up. I almost lost sight of the truth. But then Edgeworth appeared out of nowhere and showed me a way forward. I don't need your approval anymore, and I don't need you. After all, I found that evidence on my own, didn't I? My men kidnapped you? What are you talking about?
Objection!
I guess the courtroom is as good a place as any to tell you the truth, Dad. Be careful what you say to me, boy. You may live to regret it. You're a fool, Eustace, and you always will be. I know you've hated me for as long as I can remember, but I want you to know that despite it all, I've always looked up to you as my dad. Thanks for everything, Excelsius. And goodbye. When did you made me, dang it. You can't possibly survive without me. The court hereby accepts that vital evidence in this case was suppressed by Chairman Winter. That crime will be tried and an appropriate punishment decided at a future date. But for now, we must turn to the matter of the knife and the chisel, which still have not been found. However, I believe a full search of the garbage facility may well remedy that. What? You're going to dig through all that trash for the knife, darling? But then... don't worry, Warden Lagarde. I'm sure your punishment won't be too unpleasant. Oh, you devil! Punished? Moi? Impossible. She's Miss Piggy. Like... Celsius, you blithering buffoon! What did you do? What did you do? All your swaggering bluster about how they'd never declare me guilty, and now this? You were the one I went to after they arrested me, because you made me believe I could trust you. Not only did you kidnap a child to try to help me, it didn't even work. Idiot! You feckless, useless idiot of a man. An unsightly outburst, to say the least, but an informative one, too. Wouldn't you agree, Eustace? Yeah, she really let some juicy info slip there, right? She did, right? Yes, she did. You really need to work on your confidence. Very well. Then it seems we may be able to bring these proceedings to an end at last.
Knuckle back!
Oh, what now? Who's that? Oh yeah, everyone and their mother can just show up to this court, apparently, like, from behind the freaking witness stand. Sorry, Judge Gavale. Your happy ending will have to wait. Langzy says, the end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. Who are you? Oh, they don't know each other yet? Just a lowly lone wolf investigator by the name of Shilong Lin. Do you have some sort of objection to these proceedings, I take it? Ha, not really. Your suspect over there is guilty for sure. Guiltier than you know. Lang? Like the Lang from 12 years ago? Yep. Good to see that you're finally about to pay for your crimes. Even if it did take a while for you to get what was coming to you. Agent Lang, explain yourself. Are you familiar with the SS5 incident? I certainly am. It happened 12 years back. Wait, 12 years. Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, our family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It was like he became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit. I wonder what happened 12 years ago. Could this all be connected to Agent Lang's father and his relationship with the president somehow? Beefy Lagarde and Excelsius Winter. In the flesh. I waited a long time for this day. After all, you're the ones who threw my family's name and my family name into the dirt. Eek. I
Are we to assume that you have some personal connection to the incident in question?
I do. But I'm not here to talk about the past. Not yet, anyhow.
Right now, I'm here for you, Gavale.
Me? You and one other person.
Sean!
You're both under arrest. On suspicion of having conspired to murder Dijun Wang, president of Zhengfa.
Objection!
Where's your evidence, Agent Lang?
Knuckle fast!
All in good time, Mr. Prosecutor. We haven't even started our investigation yet. I want my suspects on the scene with me while I look everything over again. What have you uncovered, Agent Lang? No. If you've got a problem, you're more than welcome to tag along. Oh, believe me, I will. The end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. We certainly haven't come anywhere close to solving the mystery of the president's murder, or uncovering the truth behind these so-called monster sightings. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on police trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly. Can we stop flashing back to that call? It's like the 7th time. That's why this one's so damn long. We're figuring out who was on that phone. Yes, I'd say the matter is far from over yet. Oh my god, finally. Yeah, that one definitely was a long one. Certainly a lot freaking happened. Yeah, so that one had it all. Kidnapping. 2 of them. Just, oof. Also, something from 12 years ago, it seems. Oh yeah, and 2 assassins. Yeah, this is wild. Anyway, that's gonna be all for this one. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you all next time.